Jism to Business Head Office, bho. Jism to poster.jpg. Theatrical release poster. Directed by Pooja Bhatt. Written by Mahesh Bhatt. Story and screenplay. Shagufta Rafiq. Dialogue. Produced by Dino Moria. Starring Sunny Leone. Randeep Hooda. Arunodai Singh. Cinematography Nigam Bombs. Edited by Devendra Murdshwar. Music by Mithun 1. Arko Pravo Mukherjee. Abdul Basit Saeed. Rushk. Production Company Clockwork Films Private Limited. Distributed by Fisheye Network Private Limited. Vishesh Films. Release date August 3, 2012 to 3. Running time 130 minutes. Country India. Language Hindi. Budget 13 crore, $1.7 million US for. Box office 48 crore, $6.4 million US 5. Jism 2, Transl. Body, is a 2012 Indian erotic thriller film produced and directed by Pooja Bhatt and written by Mahesh Bhatt. 6. It is the sequel to the 2003 film Jism and marks the debut of Indo-Canadian actress and former pornographic actress Sunny Leone in Bollywood. Jism 2 was launched on December 1, 2011, on popular Indian television series Bigg Boss, making the launch a first time ever in the history of Indian cinema. Mahesh Bhatt compared Jism 2 to Italian romance drama Last Tango in Paris. 7-8. Jism 2 has been passed with an A certificate by the Central Board of Film Certification, CBFC, for strong sexual content. 9. Jism 2 had paid previews on August 2, 2012, one day prior to its worldwide release. 10. Contents 1 Plot 2 Cast 3 Production 3.1 Casting 3.2 Filming 3.3 Film Certification 4 Release 4.1 Critical Reception 4.2 Protests 5 Box Office 5.1 Domestic 5.2 Overseas 6 Soundtrack 6.1 Reception 7 Awards and Nominations 8 References 9 External links. Plot. As the film begins, a woman, Zna, Sunny Leone, is lying on the grass, dying after having just been shot. Before she dies, her voice overstates that she wants to ask forgiveness for all her sins. The film then flashes back 6 months. Zna, a former porn star, is hired by an intelligence officer Ayan Thakur, Arunodai Singh, and security chief Guru Saldana, Arif Zakaria, Ayan's father, to become a honey trap and help them retrieve critical information from a dreaded assassin, Kabir Wilson, Randeep Hooda. Kabir is Zna's ex-boyfriend. Zna tells Ayan and Guru Saldana about her relationships with Kabir, 6 years prior. At the time, Kabir himself worked for the intelligence agency. During one of his missions he met Zna, who was being used for drug peddling in a pub, something which she was unaware of. After Kabir arrested the guilty drug peddlers, Zna explained that she was innocent. Kabir asked her to take a coin out of her purse and explained how this particular coin saved her from an arrest. He had seen her pick it up from the street after she dropped it, something a person in a drug cartel would not do. That evening, Zna followed him home, handing him a love letter written in her own blood. They started dating, but one day, Kabir disappeared without any word. Although Zna tried desperately to find him, she was unable to and resigned herself to never loving anyone ever again. After Zna agrees to the mission, she is taken to a residential colony in Sri Lanka, where Kabir has been living as a musician for the last few months. Zna and Aryan go undercover as an engaged couple, with Ayan pretending to be Karen Rajput, a PR representative. To prepare, Zna is given a book with a story stating how her and Karen met. Zna then is asked to go to Kabir's house to introduce herself as his new neighbor, but he acts as if he does not recognize her. The very next day, He writes sorry on her window in his blood but flees as soon as a phone call comes. Kabir attacks Guru Saldana's team, but Saldana makes an escape and plans to stop the operation. Ayan makes up a plan to steal data from Kabir's laptop while Zna distracts Kabir. Zna sends a letter to Kabir telling him that she wants to meet him, and Kabir leaves his house. Ayan moves to Kabir's house to steal the data. However, when he copies the data from Kabir's laptop, it gives Kabir an alert on his phone, after which Kabir hurries back to his house. Ayan narrowly escapes with the data, but he later discovers that it had all been falsified information. After Ayan tells her about all of Kabir's crimes, Zna says that she will bring Kabir down. Kabir, who still trusts Zna, never had any reason to suspect her. However, his trusted friend Sumit does suspect that she is involved with the intelligence agency and warns Kabir about her. Kabir proposes to Zna and asks her to move in with him and leave Ayan. Zna agrees to this, thinking it would be beneficial to their mission. However, Ayan, who has fallen for Zna, is angered upon hearing this. She claims that she will only be able to steal the data once she gets into Kabir's house. She soon moves to Kabir's house. Kabir asks Sumit to arrange for a priest for the marriage. However, Sumit accidentally reads a text message from Ayan on Zna's phone, proving his suspicions that was a spy. Sumit tries to kill Ayan, but instead is killed himself by Ayan in a gun battle. Ayan calls Zna to discuss the mission and expresses his fears that they can no longer play this risky game. He warns Zna that Kabir might try to kill her when he finds out that Sumit has been murdered and Zna is involved. Ayan gives her poison and asks her to mix it into Kabir's drink. When Zna is not at home, Kabir goes to Ayan's house and sees Sumit's hearing aid inside. Kabir searches the house and ends up discovering the book inside Zna's bag with the stories Zna had told him about how she met Ayan. This confirms his suspicions and Kabir waits for Zna. When she does return, she offers him coffee. However, she blends the poison Ayan had given her into the coffee she serves him. Kabir tells Zna that years ago, he had left Zna for a sting operation, only to discover, during the operation, that the country's own officers, security forces and politicians were corrupt. Therefore, he had shortlisted them and then he had them killed. According to Kabir, he was a patriot, not a terrorist. Dumping out the poisoned coffee undrunk, Kabir tells Zna that Guru Saldana is a fraud and that his team consists of imposters who are after some important data, which Kabir keeps stored on a hard disk. He states that Guru Saldana will kill Zna once he gets the hard disk. Kabir asks Zna to escape and offers her a new passport, tickets, and access to an account maintained at a Swiss bank from which she can withdraw unlimited money. Zna does not believe him though, and when Kabir kisses her she shoots him in the stomach, after which he dies. Running away with the hard disk containing the original data, she goes to Guru Saldana and hands over the hard disk. However, she is quickly surprised to discover that Kabir was telling the truth and Guru Saldana is indeed a fraud. He tells Zna that after the mission, she was supposed to have been killed. Ayan was given this responsibility, but he had changed his mind as he had fallen in love with her. As Guru Saldana tries to kill Zna himself, Ayan tackles him and kills him instead. Ayan asks Zna to give him the hard drive and come with him to start a new life together in Europe. Zna declines his offer and tells Ayan that because of him she killed an innocent person and the love of her life who blindly trusted her. Zna says that she would prefer to die with Kabir than live with Ayan, and attempts to leave with the hard disk. Ayan threatens to shoot Zna if she does not change her mind. After Zna ignores him and leaves the house, Ayan follows her out in the yard and shoots her in the back. Ayan approaches her and turns her over. Still alive, Zna, who was also holding a gun, shoots Ayan twice and kills him. Before dying, Zna sees a vision of Kabir, who tells her he forgives her. She tells him that without him, heaven is not a heaven, and with him, she has no reason to be afraid of hell. The film ends as Zna dies. Cast: Sunny Leone as Zna, an adult film star turned into a spy. Dubbed using Smita Malhotra's voice. Randeep Hooda as Kabir Wilson, assassin, patriot. Arunodaya Singh as Ian Thakur, intelligence officer. Karen Rajput, PR representative of Davy Group of Hotels. Arif Zakaria as the Guru Saldana, security chief intelligence. Mr. Thakur, Ian's father. Sumit Nijhawan as Sumit, Kabir's friend. Imran Zahid as Imran, a narcotics detective and Kabir's assistant. Production. Casting. Sunny Leone and Daniel Webber traveled to India to promote Jism 2. Producer-director Mahesh Bhatt entered the house of Bigg Boss for a couple of hours to present a contract deal to Sunny Leone to cast her as the lead actress in this sequel of the film Jism. The film would be directed by his producer-actress daughter Pooja Bhatt. 11. Of casting Leone in the film, Pooja Bhatt said, "I signed Sunny Leone for the same reason I signed John Abraham in Jism. It was instinct. I broke the perception that models can't act with Jism. Now, I am looking forward to break another perception by signing Sunny Leone, a porn star in Jism 2. Comparing the two films, Bhatt said that Jism was a love story for mature audience, Jism 2 is for mature adult audience. We are looking at raising the bar in every sense, emotionally and sensually. It would be the story of human heart, crime of passion, revenge, betrayal, the same elements that made Jism, with a fresh story." 12. Filming. Filming began on April 1, 2012, in Jaipur. 13. The second schedule of Jism 2 was shot in Goa. The last and final shooting schedule of Jism 2 was in Sri Lanka. 14. The movie was released in cinemas on August 3, 2012. 15. It was announced the film would be released in 200 cinemas in Andhra Pradesh, although dubbed in Telugu. 16. Director Bhatt was very fond of Leone's performance as Zna. Film certification. The CBFC was initially not satisfied with the lengthy sex scenes in Jism 2, and declined to issue a certificate. It objected to several scenes, including the oil massage scene where Zna turns around and a prominent portion of her breast was visible. Subsequently, the film was granted an A certificate after Pooja Bhatt made some cuts. She stated that the cuts had not affected the film overall. 17. Release. Critical reception. Professional reviews. Review scores. Source rating. First Post 1 5 stars. NDTV 3 5 stars. Rediff.com 1.55 stars. Daily Bhaskar 2.55 stars. The Times of India 3.55 stars. Daily News and Analysis 1 5 stars. Apunkakois.com 3 5 stars. Koimoi 3.55 stars. Mumbai Mirror 2 5 stars. The Indian Express 1.55 stars. IBN 1 5 stars. Hindustan Times 2 5 stars. Bollywood Hungama 2 5 stars. Independent Bollywood 1 5 stars. Jism 2 received mixed to negative reviews from critics. Srijana Mitradas of the Times of India rated the movie 3.5 out 5 and stated, "Jism 2 is a sexy movie, but it's not as dirty a picture as you might expect." Surprisingly, Jism 2 hovers over sex, like a butterfly gliding across one of the many water pools the movie features. Jism 2 offers several surprises, foremost being Leone's performance. 18. Trinadarsh of Bollywood Hungama gave the film a score of 2 out of 5, and said, "On the whole, Jism 2 has Sunny Leone as its USP, but the lackluster screenplay and the sluggish pace act as deterrents. However, Sunny Leone in the driver's seat, coupled with a generous dose of skin show and erotica, besides an attention-grabbing title, should act as a honey trap to lure the audiences. But how one wishes this Jism had soul as well." 19. Anupama Chopra of the Hindustan Times gave it 2 out 5 noting, "I thought that Jism 2 is a sequel only because it also has sex, might push the envelope again. The film is an anticlimactic letdown." 20. Sukanya Verma of Rediff.com gave the film a score of 1.5 out of 5, concluding that it's like Sunny Leone's assets are the script, screenplay and sole purpose of Jism 2, and everyone outside that, Huda, Singh, Zakaria or the audience, is obliged to wag their tongues with thrill. Well, duh, for thinking otherwise. 21. Mayank Shakhar on his website thu14.com writes, by the time you hit the climax of the film, of course, you realize there was hardly more sex in it than any other skin flick, and you had to sit through two growling naked guys, Arunodai, Randeep, and a psycho boss, Arif Zakaria, instead, babbling over international terrorism. Audiences are known to giggle at uncomfortable sex scenes. Rajiv Masand of CNN-IBN awarded it a score of 1 out of 5 while commenting that he thinks the plot itself is like a big, black hole there is no coming out of. For all its pretentious babble on love and pain, it's a film that leaves your own jism in much pain as you finally get out of your seat. 22. Independent Bollywood gave 1 out of 5 stars and commented no jism in Jism 2. 23. Protests. The promotion and release of Jism 2 sparked protests by social conservatives across India, including by the National Students' Union of India in Allahabad. 24. Bajrang Dal in Bhopal. 25. Assam. 26. Amritsar, where effigies of Leon and Pooja Bhatt were burned. 27. And Mumbai, where protesters tore down posters promoting the film. 28. Some protesters also took legal action against the showing of the film. Rakesh Nayak, an activist from Varanasi, accused Jism 2 of illegally clarification needed, promoting a porn star, and filed appeal clarification needed, in the Allahabad High Court to try to get the film banned. 29. Box office. Domestic. Jism 2 opened well with collections above 90% on average and some places having stronger collections in the 60 to 70% range in its opening day. 30. Jism 2 performed strongly on its opening day at the box office with collection of around 75.0 million, $1.0 million US, adding to the 15.0 million, $200,000 US, net paid previews. 31. The film had a huge fall on the second day as it collected around 55.0 million, $730,000 US, mainly due to negative critical reception and word of mouth. 32. Jism 2 scored well over its first weekend due to a good opening including paid previews at around 205.0 million, $2.7 million US. 33. The film dropped on Monday and collected around 25.0 million, $330,000 US. On Tuesday there was a further drop collecting 17.5 million, $230,000 US, taking the 5-day business of the film to 247.5 million, $3.3 million US, net. 34. Jism 2 had a decent first week of 295.0 million, $3.9 million US, net including business from paid previews. 35. The film had a steep good in its second weekend collecting around 85.0 million, $1.1 million US, net. 36. Jism 2 did good in week 2 and collected around 145.0 million, $1.9 million US, and taking its 2-week total to around 345.0 million, $4.6 million US, net. Box Office India declared the film as semi-hit. 37. After 3 weeks its total is 3,490.7 million, $46 million US. 5. Overseas. Jism 2 took in around $100,000 overseas. It had released on around 60 prints there in 4 days. 38. Soundtrack. The soundtrack of Jism 2 is composed by Arko, Maitoon, Abdul Basit Saeed and Rushk, a Pakistani gothic fiction band. The new composers replaced the original composer of Jism, MM Cream. Jism 2. Soundtrack album by Arko. My Tune. Abdul Basit Saeed. Rushk. Released July 6, 2012. Recorded 2012. Genre soundtrack. Length 35 hours 31 minutes. Label T-Series. Producer Arco. My Tune. Abdul Basit Saeed. Rushk. Tracklist No. Title lyrics music singers length. 1. Abi, male, Manish Makija, Arco KK 543. 2. Yekasor Mahai Maitun Sonia Kakar 549. 3. Mala Manish Makija, Arco alias Mat 508. 4. Yejism Hai Tokaya Manish Makija, Arco alias Mat 351. 5. Dardahoon, Adhara, Rushk 525. 6. Abi, Duet, Manish Makija, Arco KK, Shreya Ghoshal and Akriti Kakar 543. 7. Haywala Abdul Basit Saeed, Anusha Abdul Basit Saeed Anusha 352. Total length, 35 hours 31 minutes. Reception. The music of the movie was met with mostly positive reviews. Joginder Tuteja of Bollywood Hungama gave 3.5 out of 5 stars and concluded ultimately, Jism 2 delivers a tad more than what seemed like a promise before the album was played. A package affair that goes well with the theme of the film. It also ensures that there is a consistent sound right through the album which doesn't distract a listener or make him jump into the next track. He picked Abi, Mala, Yejism as his favorite. Times of India rated it with 4 stars out of 5 and remarked the soundtrack has been assembled well and its variety will prove to be its key to success. It also backs the sensuality of the film quite well. Awards and nominations. Award category recipients and nominees result ref. 5th Mirchi Music Awards Upcoming Music Composer of the Year Arco Pravo Mukherjee, Abi nominated, 39. Upcoming Lyricist of the Year Arco Pravo Mukherjee and Manish Makija, Abi. Song representing Sufi tradition Mala,